What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching. So this is a part two video of two parts. For the first video, I was generating a personal portfolio website using the OpenAI GPT model and my GitHub through the GitHub API. And I was doing this based off of a post on X. Okay, here's the post. So basically, this guy was talking about using Python to generate a portfolio website with his GitHub and OpenAI LangChain. So I went ahead and implemented that in Go in the first video. And we ran into some issues. We were creating the website, which was cool. The problem actually was I had trouble deploying to Netlify. And so that was because of the way I was calculating the SHA-1 hash. So I was following what ChatGPT wrote to do that, and I should have, well, eventually I would figure out that that didn't work, which I did, and so we had to use the encoding hex library. So we got that part fixed up, and I'll share the repo in the description so you guys can see how to do this exactly. But basically, we couldn't get it to automatically deploy to Netlify in the last video. Now that works. It will automatically deploy to Netlify. So let's go over to Netlify actually. And first though, I'll say, ChatGPT, it just can't make a stunning website on its own. That's just not the case yet. It definitely needs a lot of help, at least the GPT 3.5 model. I'm sure, people are training models maybe in ways where they can create beautiful websites. This is just like the general GPT 3.5, kind of something that just is democratized, everybody can use it. But let's take a look at some of these websites that it created. Like, for instance, sometimes the prompt was getting deployed, like it was returning the prompt, whereas sometimes it was returning just the HTML, CSS. I thought that was interesting. So we didn't obviously want that in there on that one. But then I would play around with the prompt, and it would actually generate a site. And you would see this in part one too. It was generating a site like this, using my picture 6 times. So, but it's kind of cool. It has like language here. So if you watch the first video, and now, the cool part is this is automatically deploying to Netlify. And I have to say that I do like Netlify's UI and the experience. Okay, so this was kind of the final frontier on generating something. So what I did is I actually also updated the prompt. Let's go back to the code and look at the prompt here, which is in main.go. So I said I want there to be 4 sections: the header, the skills section. I gave it a lot of information. I said a cool developer-related SVG, just hoping. It couldn't really come up with an SVG. Golang. So like I put all these different skills in there. Use varied colors for this. It did do that. Like it was good at that. The GitHub repos section, and then the social media links section. With appropriate social icons. It couldn't figure out social icons, okay? So it couldn't link like images. It kind of just did some like placeholder image sources that didn't point anywhere, so they're just broken links. And then use this JSON for the GitHub repos section. So when we did that, we got this. Maybe this is the cool SVG. What is going on here exactly? It is an SVG, okay, so that's a developer SVG. I don't know about cool, if cool would be applied to that, but we got the skills here, and we got like a little hover animation. That's cool. And then we've got the projects, and then we got these links. Like I said, they're broken. So that was fun. It's kind of like a boilerplate, right? Or a baseline. So I take this, and I say, okay, I'm going to just run with what it's giving me so far. And then I went in there and I started manually updating it. There's my ugly mug. Yeah, I'm a developer in the world. I actually generated this image with Midjourney. If you guys have experience with Midjourney, it's a pretty cool generative model for images. So I used that there. I got the download resume button. It's got the title. And I added download resume. I added the image. I did a lot of just cleanup, different colors and stuff. So, and then I added these links. So I didn't do a ton after the baseline. And it was kind of fun also, I'll say, just like kind of, a throwback to work with just straight up HTML and CSS. And I guess I could throw in some JavaScript if I want, right? There was like no tooling, no, server, just like the good old days of you're editing something, you go to the tab and hit refresh. So that was cool, and it also used Flexbox to make it mobile. It wasn't perfect at doing that, so I did have to adjust some things, but I think overall, I didn't spend a lot of time on the actual HTML. I spent hardly any. So I'll share the script with you guys so you can generate your own kind of baseline, and you can play around with the prompts too. I will say, the more complicated you make the prompt, sometimes you run into issues there. I think ChatGPT will generally, if it gets a request that's like too complex, it'll kind of just like, it'll just give you like, I'll tell you, you're gonna have to do that part. Like it'll just sort of fill it in with nothing. But anyways, well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and yeah, let me know in the comments what other videos you guys like to make about AI and different generative models. Thanks, everybody.